Hello. We got release 10. We just went live this morning on the cycle. There's a lot. It's a big update. Big update. A lot of game-changing stuff. A lot of people that have records and things of VPs are a little upset because they changed the contract system pretty dramatically. It's pretty easy to get like a 300 VP match now. So the people that had like 100 plus VPs are a little upset. Silly enough, every release changes the game. So if you had a record in release 6, it's not relevant in release 9. We're on release 10 now, but the numbers have changed so dramatically, it's now an issue. It doesn't matter. Your record is for a release because everything changes in every release dramatically. But it's a big change. I mean, they're big numbers. They also, I was in the dev stream the other day, and I don't see a lot of stuff here in the notes. I've kind of skimmed through it already. But one of the things they were talking about is the time to kill is faster, and they increased the rate of fire across the board against all the guns. They also removed, little did you know, when you leveled your kit up, you also gained health and shield. That's supposed to be gone. I booted up the game earlier today in the shooting range to test things out, and you're still getting health and shield. So I got to go in and look at that to see if maybe it's just in the training room but it doesn't say that in the patch notes either, that they removed that. So a lot of things that I heard in the live stream, I don't see in the release notes. So maybe it's coming later on. Maybe they didn't make it in. I don't know. Oh, there's also a new cinematic when you boot up the game. New first-time user experience and new exciting 2.5D intro. When you start the game for the first time, you will be led through a new character creation that will make you choose an archetype and the appearance. The tutorial was changed to make sure you are guided through all of the exciting features and must-knows of the cycle. Our beloved Badam received a new voice. Pacting is turned off in ranked solo now. They say it's because of feedback. Although I only saw one ranked solo session ever. It was probably during the day when I don't play. End of match during the day, my time, United States. End of match celebration is now included now. Wow, I'm just making words up. When a match ends, it shows your foam pose or emote now. Oh, that's cool, depending on the outcome of the match. New starter packs. So the founder packs are gone, and they've been kind of reworked into these new starter kits, which are cheaper, and they have some new stuff. So for someone like me who bought the founder packs, like the $50 pack that they have has some of the stuff from my founder pack. So I bought the big boy founder pack, right? It has everything in all three. Everything in all three of the starter packs equals my founder pack. But each starter pack has extra melee weapons. I think that was the only difference. So do I want to buy them to get the melee weapon? I already have everything else in the package. But that's cool for newer players. Biker Queen, new archetype, is available in the store currently. The scanner received a brand new shiny model, so there's some artwork done to the scanner, and it doesn't show AI anymore. Money dropped from teleported players is directly added to the bounty contract. So instead of money, do you get more points towards the bounty contract? I don't understand. I know they were talking about removing money drops from kills. They think it's a bad mechanic, which a lot of us disagree. Maybe some of us agree. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But that might be what this is they might have removed money drops from killing players. Sharing of XP on kits is removed. Ooh. If you are in a squad and you AFK, you will not get any XP. So it's good and it's not good. Better players will level faster than worse players in your squad. But don't you want to like help carry your squad? Like I have a bunch of new friends. I have a bunch of new players coming all the time. Every week I get new friends playing the game. And I don't know. It's not going to be game changing, but it was nice for me to run around and do I'd put all the new kids together in a group. Like you guys go do this. And I would run around and do like 1,000 crystal and a 600 crystal and get all this stuff. And it would level everybody up in my team. Not anymore. Not anymore. Loading screens will now show artwork, which is cool. So there's loading. There's loading screens now. The station ring structure visible from the lobby. So I don't know if you guys have ever looked when you're in the loading screen for your lobby and you look up through the window. It's actually a rotating station. Okay, it's pretty cool. I was joking with the devs the other day about how it's just copy pasted sections. So they've redone some of that stuff. Not because I was making fun of it. God, I hope that's not why they did that. The small skybox improvements also. So they've done some artwork changes to the scenery. Dynamic sound leveling. This is cool. If you guys missed the live stream the other day, the sound effects are pretty dope. The PDW sounds scary as hell for a teeny little airsoft gun. Advocate sounds pretty dirty as well. The Carla explosion revamped. It's loud as hell. If you're near it, like if you shoot 5 yards into a wall, that shit is loud. But if you shoot a little further away, it's quieter. I feel like they did that because there was times, I think last week, where I died to a Carla. I didn't even hear anything. I just took damage. So I think it needed some love. But it's loud. It is loud. It needs to be toned down a little bit. Reload sounds. I don't pay attention to reload very often, but the Manticore, the Advocate, and the Brute got new reload sounds. I did kind of notice a difference. I don't remember what it used to sound like on any of these guns, but when I was using the Brute in the shooting range, and it did sound different. I know the difference between the PD Dub and the Advocate, and they sound completely different. AI tuning. This will be cool. One of the things that also isn't mentioned here that they mentioned in their live stream the other day was they wanted the end game to be harder. So, almost said husks. This doesn't save the world. The NPCs or the AI are supposedly going to get harder and rougher towards the end of the map also. They're going to get more aggressive. They're going to do more damage. They're going to level up. So increased target predictions of monsters. So they're basically getting an improved aimbot. Spitters now fire more projectiles in a spread pattern. Skulkers damage increased, but the health is decreased. Hurlers now have a shotgun style blast. So they run up closer and they just do a shotgun blast too. Those are the green ones. And then the Howlers have been buffed. Howlers do more damage and have more health. And the amount of monsters they can buff is now capped. It used to be unlimited. The Howlers are the flying things. Stumble and stagger animations for the monsters are based on the direction of the hits they're taking. Brand new enemy skins and visual effects. I noticed in the training room when I went in and leveled up a few times and summoned some guys in on the drone contract, they were epic rarity, purple name. They had different colors. So not only does the nameplate a different color, but the skin itself is also a different color. The white names, the level 1 characters or AI, look exactly like you're used to seeing. I also noticed there was some performance rendering things. Things super close they down render. Like it was almost like 10 meters out. They down rendered and like they lost all visual fidelity of their face. Like they just had a triangle. And as I got closer, then also they'd pop in, which might help the game. It looks goofy as hell, but that kind of stuff would probably help the game quite a bit because it is super resource demanding. And my theory was that it rendered too far. So it feels like they drew that in really close. I could be completely wrong, but the rendering is new. That the graphical of the NPCs, no, they down render at very close range now. Brutes spawns increased on the following spots and contracts. So nests, drone salvage, and hard and epic minerals. We're going to start seeing a lot more brutes, which will be cool because that's more money. And more players will die too. There's a lot of players that die to NPCs still. Credit and contract rebalancing. Credit rebalancing. Loot crates give more credits. This was a big joke in the live stream about how you find a crit and it gives you 8 credits. But map loop will give you less. So I'm thinking we get less now for NPCs. I really need to start making logs of what all these things are so we can see what the big changes actually are. Loot crates give you more credits. We already read that. All monsters, not just bosses, give credits according to their difficulty. They kind of already did. Rumble. My buddy Rumble is going to make a blog post sometime here in the future talking in depth about the contract rebalancing. All standard contracts now have 10 tiers. I think they only had like four before, but now they'll keep increasing. So like if you complete a contract, it used to be worth 1 VP or star, and VP, whatever VP means, it's a community term, I think. So star point, contract point. Then it went to 2, then 3, and then 4, right? And then it stopped at 4, I think indefinitely. Now it's going to upgrade 10 times if you can actually get the contract completed 10 times. Challenges have been adjusted accordingly to player progress scaled up. Weapon and kit changes. Your shots will be more precise now due to smaller minimum maximum weapon spread, just across the board. We adjusted the fire rate on some weapons as following. So They're saying refire rate. I don't know if this is a language gap. They're based out of Germany. But in the live stream, they're talking about rate of fire. So I don't know what refire means, but all of these numbers here have decreased. So I'm thinking this is the time in between each bullet, which would be your rate of fire. I'm not quite 100% positive on what this means. I can just interpret. They are all smaller times, so it has to be the rate of fire. That's what they're talking about. So every gun for the yeah. Everything has a shorter time now of refire. The shatter gun, unstable material. They adjusted the weapon spread. Aiming down sights is now slightly more accurate. Boxer. Here's another thing that I'm not familiar with. Air control override from -1 to 0.25. I don't know what override means. And then the quick suit, jump velocity override from 650 to 750. If we ignore override and just say jump velocity from 650 to 750, then when you slide and you jump out of your slide, I'm imagining this means that you're going to get faster movement speed out of your slide jump. I don't know if this means we're going to have faster movement while you're in the air, falling, or while you're punching. I don't know. I tried it out and I was punching and it kind of felt slower, but I don't know what it means. Health and shield levels now mirror the value of other kits, by the way. So you earned HP and shield. A lot of us didn't know that. As you leveled your kit up, your kit can level up 7 times in a match. The Boxer already has the biggest health and shield pool in the game. It also was getting the biggest gains. It's now been reduced to max the other suits. Again, this contradicts what they said in the live stream where they were removing the added health and shield by leveling. Clearly, here states that we're continuing to gain that. The Boxer just got nerfed. Here's a bunch of bug fixes. I'll leave this on screen temporarily so you can check it out. I'll also have a link in the description below. You can go to their website, thecycle.game, and then just click on news. You'll find it. But again, I'll have a link in the description below. Here's some known issues, and then their friendly reminder that the game is in super early access. And so expect problems, issues, crashes, and whatever. But we know that. It's actually in early access where that term has been abused by many, 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 many games. There are locations where drop pods might hover in the air. I don't know if I've seen that. Anyways, it's a cool update. Some of the other things that I noticed in game that aren't in the patch notes, the contract visual icons have all been reworked. They're almost more high res and they've got some more detail to them. Weapons on the ground now have, you know how they always have beams of light coming out of them? They now have colored beams depicting their dollar value worth. So the 800 weapons have orange beams, the 500 weapons have blue beams, the 200s have white beams, abilities still have white beams, but gadgets have green beams. What else did I notice? Again, the NPCs, as they have a higher rarity, have a different skin. The scanner, when you pull out, isn't as looked like an old milk carton that was crushed on the tip with the screen embedded into it. Now it actually looks like an actual gadget. It's got some more detail. It's a little more low profile. But yeah, I can't wait to go check it out. I got to do, we're wrapping up Fable 2 for the next couple streams, and I have Fortnite on Friday, so I probably won't get a good chance to really sit down and play Release 10 with my chat and my viewers until probably Sunday night, unfortunately. I'll be testing it out a little bit here and there off stream when I make videos, but it seems like I'm really curious because according to their live stream a couple days ago, this did not change like they said it was going to. I was a little scared because the time to kill was supposed to be super fast, but it doesn't sound like that now because you weren't supposed to be gaining health and kills as you level your kit up. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm really curious. And I want to see the NPCs. I want to see how hard they get at the end of the game. I always use NPCs a lot to kill newer players when they're not paying attention. So it'll be really fun. Speaking of streaming, I stream on Twitch daily, nightly, between the late night hours of 8 p.m. to about 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's West Coast United States. Between the late night hours of 8 p.m. till about 2 a.m. Pacific Standard. You can follow me on Twitter at SlyGumbi for news, updates, and goofiness. Again, there'll also be descriptions descriptions, links in the description down below that have lots of other guide videos I've been putting out on the game. If you want to see the science behind a lot of the kit accessories and things that the game doesn't fully explain, I've got that broken down for you. So, on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye now.